Just gonna have to throw this disclaimer in there very quickly because I forgot to do it. Do not copy my calories, do not copy my macros. Everyone is different. There are ways of working them out online which will be very beneficial to you. This is just some meal ideas and just a little update on my bulk. Do not copy my macros, do not copy my calories. Cannot stress that enough. Thank you. So today's video is going to be an updated what I eat in a day kind of video, plus just a little update on bulk life because I hate that word, but that's what it is. First thing I just want to say really quickly and get it out of the way is I now have a support code with Alphalete for this weekend's launch. So if you are getting anything, then the support code is Amy. If you want to use it like in capital letters, you do not have to use it. I'm going to leave my affiliate link in the description box as well, which you can also use. It's not a discount code, it's just a support code, and I would really appreciate it if anyone does use it. And if you do use it, please send me a message on Instagram to let me know what you get because I'm nosy and I want to know, and just so I can thank you personally if you do use it. But yeah, that's just a little update. So on to the actual video. So my calories now are 2,800 calories a day. I think last time I checked in they were 2,500. At the start of this bulk I weighed 58-ish kilograms. It kind of went from like 57.6 to like 58.2. It kind of like went around that point because obviously your weight isn't like permanent and in a straight line. It does go up and down, it does change. I now weigh around 59 kilograms, probably closer to 60 than 59, which I'm super happy with because last year when I did a bulk I was only on 2,500 calories and I weighed 63 kilograms. I think doing my bulk slower this time round has definitely helped rather than just ramming in the calories straight away. I've mentioned this before, but genetics wise I am quite lucky when it comes to where I hold my fat. I do not tend to, the first place that it goes is at my waist, and I do maintain, even when I have gained some weight, that kind of a shape to my stomach because my waist does come in. That's how I genetically am. I get a lot of questions about, oh, how do you keep such a tiny waist? How do you keep a flat stomach whilst you're bulking? That's just not where my fat goes straight away. Although I will say my waist is not as small as it was at the start, and I definitely am starting to put some fat on my stomach now. Like I said, I'm 4 months in, so whilst it's not the first place that fat goes, I am 4 months in now and it is starting to go there a little bit, but it's to be expected. I knew what I was getting myself in for. When you are doing a bulk, you do just kind of have to accept that you are going to gain a little bit of excess fat, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Obviously if you're doing crazy surplus calories you will gain unnecessary fat. Measurements wise, so I have gained just over an inch on my glutes so far, and my waist, if you follow me on Instagram then you will already know this because I've posted stories about it, and I think I'm going to do a post about it tonight. But I was looking in the mirror and like I said, I'm starting to get in my own head. It's starting to get a little bit more difficult to see the changes and stuff in my body now, but I really thought that I had put a lot of weight on my waist, and then I measured my waist this morning and it's I think I've gained like 3/4 of an inch on it, and when I look in the mirror I'm thinking, oh my god, I've put at least 3 inches on my waist. Like, for that reason I am from now on for the rest of this bulk focusing on tape measurements. Just use one of these so it's like bendy and it can go around rather than using like a kitchen or like bedroom tape measure where it's like a straight thing and it don't really bend. So that's the kind of tape measure I use, just in case anyone's interested. So yeah, my metrics for progress now are the scales still, just to check that my weight is increasing, because when it's not increasing I'm upping my calories, and the tape measure because for me progress pictures aren't working right now because it's just not something that I'm comfortable doing right now, and I found that I wasn't seeing the progress that the tape measure is actually showing me that I've made. So I'm not doing progress pictures for now because everyone's different. Progress pictures work for some people, The scales work for some people, although I really wouldn't recommend them as the only one, because I don't think that they don't really tell you that much. I wouldn't recommend just using the scales. I'd say if you're going to use the scales, use something else as well. But yeah, my preferred way right now is tape measure and scales, because the progress pictures were just like bad for my brain. Obviously I have some performance goals which I think are really important to set yourself, especially when you've been training for quite a while, because the physical progress, like aesthetic progress, tends to come a little bit slower. So I find that focusing on performance can be a really helpful way to keep yourself motivated. So I've been hitting some PBs in the gym, and yeah, that side of stuff is going really well, and clearly the aesthetic side of stuff is going really well, even though I didn't think it was. So for my breakfast in the morning, I had avocado and eggs on toast. This is a little bit of a staple for me. If you've watched my last What I Eat in a Day, I tend to go between this or oats for my breakfast, and this is my preferred breakfast at the moment. So I had 55 grams of avocado, I had 2 eggs scrambled, and then I used 2 slices of brown bread which I get from Tesco, and I will put the calories for that and all that sort of stuff on the screen so you can see. So that was my breakfast. I then trained. When I got back from the gym, I had a shake. Now if you've watched my previous ones, I was having a shake which was just frozen berries and protein powder, vegan protein powder, but there was just not enough calories in that really, and I didn't want to increase how many meals I was having, so I decided to switch that out. I still have 1.5 scoops of the vegan protein powder, but I have a banana and 15 grams of peanut butter instead, and that was my post-workout shake. And I had that with some banana saurine, which I didn't actually film, sorry about that. I had 55 grams of that. I get the banana saurine in like the full loaves, and then I just rip it off, and whatever it weighs, that's what I track it as. I'm not like, right, I need 55 grams of this every single day, because then I'll just alter other stuff throughout the day to hit my macros and stuff, so I don't stress myself out too much about stuff like that. For my lunch, okay, don't kill me, this has not actually changed. Again, shock horror. So I have 75 grams of basmati rice, 4 heck chicken sausages, and some frozen veg which I then fry with the chicken sausages and just plate that all up and put it together. And I have it with some 50% less sugar and salt, I think it is, ketchup. I think last time I was making it into like a fried rice dish with like soy sauce, but I'm back onto just liking eating everything separately like a child and putting ketchup all over it. And then for my dinner I had a veggie spaghetti, well it's not spaghetti because I didn't have spaghetti with it, but a veggie bolognese. Since my vegan video, it's opened my eyes to like other options and meat alternatives and stuff like that, so I do try and have some meat alternatives every now and then, just to do my bit, and I actually do like it, so I don't really see an issue with doing it. So to make this, I cooked 75 grams of whole wheat pasta. I just used the one from Tesco, and then I put 150 grams of corn mince in a pan with half a jar of the bolognese sauce from Tesco, and I just put it on the hob, and I literally just kept stirring it and heating it until it was like hot all the way through. I then boiled some veg with my pasta as well, and then just put it all together, and honestly it's so nice. I genuinely cannot tell the difference. Like the texture is pretty similar, the taste is pretty similar, like it was honestly just really nice. The only thing that wasn't that great was the bolognese sauce, because I'm used to my mum making everything from scratch at home when she does bolognese, so it was a bit of a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm a student, I do not have time to be making that sauce. I don't know what my mum puts in it, but it's like crack, like it's so good. So they were all my main meals, and then throughout the day I have snacks. So I had a Nature Valley protein bar, which I've been eating those for so long. I go between those and the Trek protein flapjacks because they're quite similar calories and they're just my favourite too. I don't really like grenade bars and stuff like that. I find them a bit sickly and they irritate my stomach quite a lot, so I tend to stay away from them. But the ones that have got like 10 grams of protein in, they don't have the proteiny taste, and I just think they're a little bit nicer. Another snack I had was some Tesco Finest salt and vinegar. I think it's like balsamic vinegar though. No, sea salt and balsamic vinegar, I think it is. Crisps, I had around 35 grams of those, which is like 170 calories or something. This was just like my little treat for the day. Obviously it's not the healthiest snack, but they are cheaper than the kettle, I think they're called kettle chips, which are really, really nice, and they do the same flavour. They're cheaper than them and I think they taste better, they've got better flavour. So if you like those crisps, definitely give the Tesco ones a try because I actually think I prefer them. And then for my last snack of the day, this is just a staple. I had half a tub of Simply Plain soya yogurt and I had 60 grams of the berry granola from Tesco. That's just the granola I'm fancying at the moment. I do prefer the tropical one, but that was all I had in, so I just use that to basically, whatever my calories are, I will just use however much granola I need to meet them up. And that came to, that van's looking, the man in the van's looking at me, making me shy. My nails are really bad, by the way, don't mind me. And that came to 2,799 calories. I tend to focus mainly on hitting my protein and getting my calories in. Obviously when I show you the app, everything's in red because I've gone over. That's because Lifesum sets you like calories and stuff depending on your goal, but because I do it myself, I literally just use that to track my food. I don't use their like metrics and stuff like that because I just don't. I just use that to track my food to know how many calories I've eaten. I know I don't do these that often, but because I don't change up what I eat that often, I don't see the point. But now that I've got like some new little snacks, I've changed my shake and I've started having some different meals, I think now was a good time to update you all on it. Yeah, like I said, if you are getting anything from the Alpha Elite launch this weekend, please, pretty please, use my code if you want to. Again, like I said, you don't have to. I'm not going to start pinning anyone down and being like, use my code, like, it's not that deep. But it would be really cool if you did use it, and I do appreciate it a lot. Follow me on Instagram if you're not already. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you want to see, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.